So I was asking myself the other day which company handled Power Rangers better, Saban or Disney. A lot of people like to say Saban due to the fact that they started the whole damn kit and caboodle, and they often like to look at Mighty Morphin with tinted glasses. But honestly, just because it was the first doesn't make it the best. That's Toonami's job. Just take a look at the lousy directing/editing that happened in the first 2 seasons, for crying out loud. But that's beside the point. Let's take a look at the seasons that both companies produced overall. First of all, both companies have had a massive lob of a season under their belts. Saban has Turbo, Disney has Operation Overdrive. Not to say that all the rest of the franchise sucked balls. No. Both owners have had massive hits on their hands. Disney gave us Dino Thunder, RPM, and SPD. Disney supplied Time Force and In Space. Notice a lack of a third? Good! On the flip side though, In Space had 5 previous seasons of lore to back it up, and Time Force was considered a copy of Time Ranger, which translated well for American audiences. However, since reacquiring the seasons, Saban has been rather lazy with it. First off, making Shinkenger, which needed a lot of Japanese knowledge to begin with, into a tame story for Western kids was god-fucking awful in execution. And to think that Samurai could be the new formula for Power Rangers, just take the Sentai or Mighty Morphin, and give writing duties to marketing executives who don't know anything about kids, is just sickening. Sickening like the brony community reacting to something they haven't tried. It'll be good, you guys. Please trust me. Meanwhile, at the Mouse House, there is one name that fans tend to loathe. Bruce Kalish. SPD was a great season, yes, it did utilize elements from Sentai, but at least they kept enough of the seasons fresh to make them enjoyable. It didn't help that the censorship meddling resulted in the dreaded Kalish-splosions, but a big highlight they've got under their belt is that they were successfully able to negotiate with Jason David Frank, a Saban-era Ranger, to come back for an entire season. For a quality season that does more than just rely on his presence. RPM is a prime example of Power Ranger originality and directing done flawlessly. Jungle Fury was a pretty good season, but it was constantly overshadowed because of RPM and the most horrible season of Power Rangers ever, next to Samurai and the upcoming shitstorm that is Super Megaforce. And many more of their actors, especially from Mystic Force, Jungle Fury, and RPM, have gone on to make very successful careers. Matt Austin stated, and I quote, "Saban probably doesn't even know who Bridge is, let alone who I am. And they will most likely never hire me as an actor or filmmaker. What has Saban done for you? Hate to say it, but Matt's right. The series was way better under Disney's control other than Saban's, because of the hell race since they brought the franchise back. Nickelodeon's 20-episode rule for everything that's not SpongeBob gives Saban way too much time to be lazy with their Sentai. The pirate-themed Go-Kaigers do not match the angel-themed Go-Sagers in any means of the word. Go-Kai Red fights dirty, while Go-Sei Red's an idiotic pacifist. Hell, they're gonna recycle that script for not Jason, those conformists. Go-Kai Blue's a badass double-sword samurai, while Noah's a geek. Plain and simple. Donnie's a wuss, while Jake's... you keep the stock footage and make Bosco the Go-Kai Green counterpart of Power Rangers, and I'll be cool. The body language and body types don't match, and you're making number 35, the Go-Kaigers, one of the best Super Sentai ever, a goddamn power-up? Are you literally fucking us, Saban? Like, fucking us specifically? Rangers are declining left and right. The adaptions of newer Sentai are getting the shaft just because Saban was not in charge of its production, and even their own crowning moment of awesome is being cut just because they do not appear in the Sentai they adapted. If Saban and or Nick keeps doing this, Super Megaforce will be the series that ultimately ends the franchise for good. Ratings will tank, toy sales will drop, and seriously, Toy, do you actually trust these bozos with the American half of the franchise? You own the half that feeds the show. Wake up, find out the shit we're going through, and set an example already. Just give the brand to someone who would actually give a damn about Power Rangers instead of those bastards at Nickelodeon. And most likely Saban, too. How about Hasbro and its Hub channel? It'll give Bandai a new BFF and ultimately prompt a merger between those two toy makers, allowing us and you, and someday the Mouse House, in case of duh, to not only see their profits from the Power Rangers brand soar above and beyond their expectations, but to make money off of Bandai distributing Transformers, G.I. Joe and My Little Pony, and Hasbro can be the name we can trust for giving us the birth of Americanized franchises for Kamen Rider and Pretty Cure. And yes, Toei, should the merger take place, you guys will be in the proverbial cockpit of the Gundam franchise.
I'm so nervous. You do realize that's not a real word, right?
The lead actors of Megaforce have opened the floodgates to you to tell them the evils of Saban brands. Tweet the hashtag Hasbro Ranger Rescue. Get them to protest the show through your tweets. And push Super Megaforce back to the kitchen for more rewrites. Because let's face it, it's probably for the best. And with Nickelodeon's stinginess ultimately rivaling Saban's, maybe we don't deserve a straight-up Gokaiger adaptation. After all, if the historical Rangers are going to be nothing more but cameos, then why adapt the show to begin with, besides the obvious? Maybe we deserve to have Super Megaforce adapt a more simple tribute to Sentai while you dial up a grade A animation studio to cook up a 49 to 51 episode Ultra Megaforce to exploit yet another loophole to allow Saban, or in this case Funimation, to skip number 35. Sure, they have abso-freaking-lutely live-action filming, but hey, Saban was inexperienced too. And keep in mind, this was before they started funding political ad campaigns. Think of all the things we did with the internet. We complained a lot about SOPA on the internet, and what happened? It was promptly swept under a rug. We begged for the return of Toonami on the internet, and what did Adult Swim do? So what's to say complaining won't fix things once again? After all, we're complaining to the guys who are producing this thing. So yeah. Tweet to the guys who will be heading out to New Zealand. We'll most likely have the biggest impact around May 20th through the 26th when they'll be filming the show. Tell them why Toei should look much better home for the Power Rangers. Don't let the Rangers get taken down. Not by that goddamn talking cheese. I love you like a Play-Doh, cousin. I'm Audi 5000. I'm gonna go watch Mighty Morphin, then some RPM and Overdrive. That last one was shit, but hey, at least some effort was put into this mess. Pie Guy rules, out.